always said, put on your slip under your dress because we don't want to see the panties. We about to record the panties, which is the good stuff we get from Tonya. So you guys make sure you guys book Hollywood Hair. Like, follow, share the Melanin Pot so that you can see what we're talking about with Tonya. So y'all heard some of the stuff going on. Y'all heard what we talking about. You know what I'm saying? So go ahead, like, follow, share all of us. J's_anatomy _JBM and JBM and Associates in
I know that's right.
All right. Bye, guys. Everybody say bye.
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 I hate to tell y'all, but
the end was over with.
You big gun.
Why did you let her go through all that?
because you can't stop me with shine.
Y'all ready? Y'all ready?
Though,
Come on, we gotta go.
Okay.
You opening this.
Are you ready?
Mm-hmm. Kind of seeing or we already recording?
I'm already recording.
Oh,
shit.
Excuse me.
Right. Everybody ready?
We good.
Whenever you're ready.
Scoot your hair just a little bit off the mic, right here on this side. Yeah, just a little bit.
Is that the mink? We're gonna discuss.
There
that
you
too.
go. There you go.
Don't try to figure out how you get that from a mink.
There we go.
Okay. 3, 2, 1.
Hey everybody, and welcome back to the Melanin Pot, and we got some steamy talk today.
Yes, absolutely.
We have a very special guest, Miss Tonya from Hollywood Studios.
In the building.
Yeah.
Get your wig split. All right.
Not you. Fried eye, laid to the side, all that good stuff.
Get a new cut. A new color.
So we're gonna get right to the cut, the nitty gritty, and in your case, the nitty gritty titties. So my first encounter, guys, of knowing about Miss Tonya was about some of the things that she wanted to offer Little Rock. Of course, you guys know she has a black-owned business down here in Little Rock, and of course, she's on the countdown, and we're gonna talk about that a little later. But first, one of the topics that we're talking about right now that you actually posted recently was about the Dove commercial.
Yes.
And for those of you who only saw the screenshot of it, what happened was right.
Give us a little history, girl.
So the Dove has already had an issue with people of color in their commercials.
Right.
Well, in this commercial, what was the intent was that they have a black woman taking off her darker shirt and putting on a white shirt. They had a white lady taking off a dirty shirt and putting on a white shirt. Just so, and then it switched to
Asian,
and then it went to a Hispanic person, Irish, and the intent was to show, cleanliness across women of color.
It was just delivered absolutely wrong.
Absolutely backwards.
Just
so
absolutely wrong.
What was your spiel take on it? Let you introduce yourself. She's an interesting being.
Okay, so just get straight to the point about the Dove.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, this is how I feel about it. Us as people, I feel like we're a little bit too emotional and a little bit too sensitive. I feel like we shouldn't beg for acceptance from other people. Mm-hmm. You see what I'm saying? Because that, to me, that's going to keep us in an emotional pout and bout. You see what I'm saying? So I feel like if we focused on our own and build our own, we wouldn't be worried about what's posted on Dove. We can use our own black-owned soap. If we shop with our own people, we wouldn't care about what Dove posts.
Okay.
And then another thing too is, I don't look at it as a bad thing. She took her shirt off as a white woman. Maybe they should. I feel like if they put the Asian woman behind a black woman, it wouldn't have been controversial. So I just feel like the fact that a black woman pulled a shirt off and a white woman came behind it was an issue. Mm-hmm. But if it was a black woman, I feel like and pulled a Mexican or another ethnicity behind it, I feel like it wouldn't have been that big of a deal.
Right. So really, people, you feel like they was being sensitive about the actual coloration and the placement.
I think we do get sensitive about those things.
Which I saw a lot of posts. They're like, "Oh, black people are just way too sensitive. It's better things to worry about."
Right.
It is.
And then I feel like if we put that much energy into ourselves, as much as we do complaining, it won't be no issue. And I also believe that racism wouldn't exist if we stuck together more. To me, racism, what people don't realize is racism is rank and power. You can't be racist.
Absolutely.
You can't be racist without rank and power. So if one of us was to call somebody a cracker or something like that, we, in our actuality, can't be racist.
We don't have
the system is built around them. But if we just mind our business and stay in our own little bubble and shop with each other and do everything we got to do, what they do or say,
it won't affect
us.
And for those of you who are so here with it, who she's quoting, since you're so educated, is that is Marcus Garvey, actually. And so Marcus Garvey actually talked about these things while he was in New York. I'm gonna shake your hand right now. But Marcus Garvey talked about these things while he was occupying New York. He actually was contributing to the black business market. And of course, in a lot of sad stories of things going great, he had a lot of sellouts coming the way. And that's how a lot of Marcus Garvey's tactics came through. So all of y'all that are quoting by enemies necessary and all these other
These are some of the memes.
But can't really
that
talk
was
about
the meme.
Because they don't shop with the black consumer.
Absolutely.
So it's like you really can't say all those
I feel like they shouldn't complain if they don't.
Yeah,
that's true.
Absolutely.
That's a good point, because there's a lot of black businesses, just even here in Little Rock, that you can support, and people will just turn another way.
Since we right there, all y'all be in that black-owned business group me of Little Rock, and half y'all don't show no love until your shit is posted.
Yeah, and then want to talk about, that's my problem. Don't talk about not supporting if you don't support. It's different if you work a lot, or it's different if it's like, look, I have a family and I want to tend to my family, because that is important for the black culture too, because we got to get these kids together. But if you
we
can,
need to get these husband and wives together.
I know that's
these side chicks and niggas together. Plan for your family before you start. You're barely paying rent, nigga. You fucking raw. Don't make sense.
Absolutely.
Add up. It do not.
That was real raw.
It do not add up.
It don't.
It don't. I'm sorry, it don't.
It don't. There's an order to everything, and that's you know.
Come on,
let's start there.
Order.
Let's do things in decency order. Let's go ahead and move forward on some other topics. Right now, a lot of people are exploding and talking, and a lot of businesses are coming out talking about doing the take a knee and things like that. What is your take on that? Because I know it's an interesting one.
They're doing what?
The take a knee on
like
the
athletes and
stuff like that.
Okay, call me wrong. But all this protesting and getting on your knees and things like that and holding signs is not my thing. You know, I feel like it does not give us any progression, so I don't understand why it's done. People's been doing this decades and nothing has changed. So I feel like, you know, instead of us acting emotionally, we need to start acting mentally and logically, and I feel like that'll get us ahead on things, because taking the knee is not going to change nothing. Protest is not going to change nothing. We need to start getting more in these offices, you know, the higher ranks, you know, things like that, to get things changed and done, put stuff on paper. And to me, black and white will always go forth more than how you feel. You can say how you feel all day long, but once you get something on paper in black and white, I feel like that'll get things done.
That speaks.
And I think it's a balance of both.
Yeah.
I feel like you can do the protest, but it's kind of like what some people had the problem with Black Lives Matter. Oh, Black Lives Matter, they did all this, they did that, but then what was the follow-up?
Right.
Because
and that's what everybody's issue with Black Lives, because there's no follow-up. And that's what everybody does.
You motherfuckers don't support. So when they have, you know, state hall meetings or legislation,
you don't
show
we don't want to show up to the pen and paper.
You want to show.
That's the problem with me.
Right.
You don't want to show. One thing that really highly pisses me off when I hear students talking in the educational system is they don't understand there's a pen and paper to everything. You want to be a rapper, but you can't pass your English class.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You want to be a doctor, but you don't want to show up for science. You know, we have to show up for the pen and paper. Thurgood Marshall is just as important. Just as important as SNCC. Do you understand what I'm saying? You have to have somebody doing that pen and paper and somebody
and that's education.
And that goes back to education.
You have to educate. I think too many of us, we either, especially in our community, we have the I don't care syndrome. We talked about that before. Oh, that don't affect me. They ain't got nothing to do with me. That's ignorance. That's ignorance. Because now you're teaching a whole generation of I don't care, I don't know.
And now we're here
today. Up here, you're like, I don't vote locally. You're a fool.
Because that's where it really counts.
That's where it really counts
matters.
for you.
Absolutely.
That's why we have so much going on within Little Rock, within ourselves, because we have not done the paperwork, the homework ourselves, and it's like, well, how we went back our streets? Well, it first comes to education. It first comes to legislation. And really being involved. You don't have to be
period.
You don't have to know every child.
Because you don't have to show up to the protests and all that. You can show up to where they writing the laws, where they doing the petitions. It's so many different things that you can do.
You can eat at Joyce's on Sunday morning, wait in the line in that hot kitchen, and eat at Joyce's.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying?
Instead of going to Chili's, let's go to CC's Chicken.
Let's go to CC's Chicken and Waffle. Let's go to Fistro's. You know what I'm saying? Let's stop feeding organizations that are not feeding us. Now, one major point that you made off camera was that you said, you know, I do food for what I need to get done. We can't get so much money in our hand or whatever and say, oh, I don't food with the others. You can't say that.
Right, you can't.
You gotta bring it back.
But first of all, it's ignorant anyway. I'm all black all day long. However, I feel like it's ignorant to say I don't fool with white people, because what you need to go back when you look at history and NAACP and all these other organizations, there was white people. When we look at the March on Selma, there was white people.
I feel like it's an equal exchange. I feel like they have to mess with us and we have to
mess with them.
We just have to be a little bit smart on how
we gotta be strategic with it.
And run with it.
Right. You gotta be strategic about it for sure.
Have a real plan.
So
while we there, let's do some Dear Black People.
Okay.
Let's do what's some stuff y'all want to tell your fellow black people.
Dear black people, stop spending $200 on these sew-ins and you got 98-cent weave in you. Sick of it.
I'm gonna have to let y'all go to Dear Black People. Don't be laughing.
I'm sick of it.
You sick of people spending $200 on sew-ins?
Pay all this money for I'm getting, and you got cheap weave in here.
I know that's right.
It's just
I know that's right.
Okay, well I can't say, dear black people, be happy for other black people.
I know that's right. Don't walk off. Don't walk off. That's a good point, because there's so many people who are just salty for no reason.
One of my favorite quotes is, "Why you waiting on God? When somebody open up the door for somebody else, you just praise Him in the hallway."
Yeah,
right. Be happy for other people and celebrate them when they have something going on.
I got one.
Because you're gonna want somebody to celebrate you.
I got one.
You got one.
Dear black people, can we please get the execution together? Can we please? They have these $1 million plans and ideas, but when it's time to execute, it's a flop. Right.
20 people ready to go. By the time the day of the trip, it's just you and one other.
2 people. Come on, it's too many resources out here within our community that you can reach out and get some help. We got to get this execution together.
And we got to lose our pride. I think the one thing, that's why other races can really thrive. A white person, I'm just going to put it out there, they will ask a black person who's actually out here thriving and getting it, they will ask them for assistance. They're going to ask one another, even if they're on fool with Bill and Bob. Oh, that's my brother-in-law, but he just donated $30,000.
Right.
I can't get you to show up for a $10 celebration. Just celebrate in general.
Right. Or even repost something free. We can't even get you to repost.
They're invested in one another because in the end they see the actual long-term investment. They
absolutely.
They can see it, and we're just too busy looking at right now and
the surface.
Or ourselves, and we think we're so grand. You're not grand. You're not grand.
You start from scratch,
just like everybody else.
We still got a lot of building to do.
We do.
Yeah.
I just don't know where it's gonna start.
We gotta have a good foundation though, because
that's what we still working on.
Foundation.
Oh, God.
Dear black people.
Oh, Jesus.
Girl.
Just because it's old school does not mean you ignore it. That means foundation, old school is handle your responsibilities. If you done had a girlfriend since 8th grade and she get pregnant, don't yet be a father. Number 2, foundation. You have to have some kind of education. So if you don't get it, it's somebody little cousin that can tutor your baby into getting their grades right. Foundation. Just because it's old school don't mean it don't work. Sometimes you got to hang your clothes out on the laundry line because you can't afford the laundromat. You better get you a wash bucket and scrub them clothes out.
Man, you taking us to a whole new place.
I don't want to.
Well, it's just.
And I thought when you said foundation, I thought you was about to talk about all this terrible.
I thought you was talking about terrible makeup too. I thought you been talking about the highlighting, contouring.
Because my thing,
come back. Bring us back. Come back.
Somebody walked off with all your stuff.
They did. They walked off with the black family.
Girl, you felt that deep in your soul.
They walked off with the black family. They walked off with black ambition. They walked off with goals.
Girl, you're trying to be funny, but I think it's systematic, and I think everything that they put on TV is the reason why media period is the reason why the black person and the black family is broke apart. That's how I feel.
I do think media plays a part, but I don't think it's the only reason.
I actually do think it's the only reason, and not the only reason. You're right, it's not the only reason. But if you look back in the day when the music was different and the TV shows was different,
that's true.
The family was different.
That's
true. I feel like the media has a big influence on everything that people do now.
Absolutely.
People go to the media about how to look now, how to dress, how to operate, how to everything. To me, it has it's poison, and I feel like they poison our people with media. Honestly.
And I really feel like within this day and time, the really difference is because I was having this debate on Facebook with somebody, and they were saying they didn't do this back in the day. I was talking about cheating, posted on the Melanin page, and they cheat. cheated back in the day.
It just wasn't broadcast.
We cheat in your face nowadays. We do it on VH1. We do it on Facebook, Instagram. Back in the day, you know, when your daddy was sleeping around
with somebody across town.
He was doing it across town because there wasn't no cameras, it wasn't no phone. Right. You was just slipping, tipping.
It just wasn't in your face like it is today.
And then they really took care of responsibility.
They still took care of that family.
If I'm married here, right here, and I went and made a family over here, guess what? Every Saturday morning, I'm that dude cutting the grass, but I'm also sliding mom to take care of the house. Junebug acting right. You think he?
And if it's your daddy, he was out of fucking line.
He was. But I'm just saying. I'm saying though, but it was crazy.
My grandma been together damn near 60 years, and he has about 20 children outside her, and she ain't went nowhere.
If you think you're lonely now, that's been mine. Wait until tonight.
That's some really sticking with the rough time type stuff.
Mother's getting Osborne's matter.
But you know what? I tell people all the time. Again, that goes back to pen and paper. At the end of the day,
she's secure.
And this, you know, she
really got the bag
because she's the wife.
Right.
We got to stop trying to be side chick. You are lonely. You need people. Stop letting social media and outlet media tell you that you want to be Mary Jane. I'm sorry. To me, I think it's a beautiful thing that they can help you make children if you want to have children. And I think adoption is a wonderful thing for women, especially women who have not found somebody. But I want to love a child. I understand that. But to get out there and pay all this money and your stuff not together for you to be bringing no child into this world, to me, I just don't. I'm not with that. Now, if you want to be a foster parent and fire that love to somebody, I understand that. But you making new beings out here in your confusion when there's other ones that just want a piece of your love. And I can't stand
people. Man, that's coming now, though. That's coming. Everybody want to have sex without a condom. Everybody want to put it in. Let me put the tip in. All this feels good.
Not put the tip in.
Everybody, y'all done heard it.
Tip, time.
Comment right now if you done said it.
All right.
What does this mean?
No.
What does this mean? Hold on.
Hands up.
Hands up.
Don't shoot.
But I'm speaking about the foundation in the black family. I'm not even gonna lie. I think everybody should just move in together. If you're gonna stick with somebody who's gonna mess with other people, won't y'all just be one big happy family?
What is that? You
talking about all of them?
Yes.
The side chick,
you know, it's
the two girlfriends.
It's 10 women to every one man in the world.
So
10 women
I
to
don't know
every
who
one man.
I thought it was 51%.
I don't.
Nah,
That sounds
it's more women than men in the world. So you know, somebody got to.
So they tell me somebody.
Girl, you sharing your man?
I would share my man.
No, let's talk about it. Hold on.
Wait a minute, where the Gilberts at?
Shout out to y'all, please.
The Gilberts just walked up in here. I don't know.
She said she'll share a man.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now, see, I would think you wouldn't be down for that.
I would.
For real.
Yeah.
What you gonna share your man for?
Because I'm going to do what I want to do too.
Oh
my God.
And now T Gilbert just walked in. That shit.
She said she'll share. She don't mind.
So you don't mind sharing?
No. Because they might have to share me.
Okay.
So
it's a give and take.
So it's like.
Yeah, go ahead.
I can't.
Go ahead.
I'm all jumbled up right now.
We're both trying to get it out. So my question to you, do you think monogamy is truly a reality?
I feel like I hate that society puts stipulations on certain things. Like this has to be right or this has to be wrong. My right is my right. Your wrong is your wrong. You might think, you know, having one person is good. It's you know what I'm saying? You know, you might think me having multiple people is bad, but to me it's good. You see what I'm saying? So I feel like everybody should do what makes them generally happy.
Living that truth.
Right. You see what I'm saying? Right. I feel like, you know, if I don't, if I can have other things in multiples, why I can't have that in multiples?
That's an excellent point.
Come on now.
You know, so
I had this conversation with somebody the other day, and the old Jacqueline would have been like, I'm not fooling with that. You see, I'm not fooling with none of that. I would have threw the religion all in your face. But the new Jacqueline is like, well, you know, that's for you, and I understand that. It's just not for me.
I think that shouldn't even be I think that in general, dear black people, mind your business.
Yeah.
That
because you ain't hurting nobody, your
business is supporting.
And I think we say, and I'm all down for minding your business. I think black people, we say that all the time. We just say it here on the show, mind your business. I also feel like it's also
when you put something out there,
some shit we just gonna comment on. Man, you walk in the
like what's the Campbell sister name?
How she lives in public.
The man married in public.
But a lot of these relationships
like
be out in public.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like for instance,
I agree
like
with
what
that.
she just said. Like if that's the way she want to operate, you can't be on Facebook. This my nigga. Oh, he cheat. Sweetie, you've already set a expectation for that type of atmosphere.
Right.
So when it's continuing to going on, you got your feelings intact.
And you putting it on for the world to see. It's
you
like,
can't really be mad about that.
Right. Yeah.
So,
and you know what? I like that you brought that up about social media discretion. It's discretion in this. Yes, it's social media, but there is supposed to be some discretion there.
Right.
I know a lot of
if you want it. Some people live their lives
and if you don't you dare, don't you dare get on social media. Don't you tiptoe your tail on social media.
If you don't get the damn point out,
I'm sorry. Tiptoe it. I just can't stand it. In my comments, if I say something about what you're doing, like for example, one thing that is very common heard in the restaurant industry with servers is they don't want to serve African Americans because they run you to death and they don't tip. That is not true about
That's not true.
That's not true.
But the thing about it is, working in the restaurant industry, I've seen some good and I've seen some horrible. I've seen waiters and waitresses.
And I'm pretty sure you've seen it with white people, black people.
No, and I have. But the thing about it is, I'm not responsible for white people. That's not my race.
And you're not responsible for black people. You can't take on the whole race.
I'm not saying I'm not.
But the way you form
we hold every black person accountable. Like Real Housewives of Atlanta. Oh my God, they don't hear making bitch, if that's you, then that's you. Because some of y'all act crazy like that at church. Y'all do it behind closed doors.
Right. Just like when their sisters came out.
My thing is this. People get mad at people for living their lives out loud. If you do it behind closed doors, you're no better, baby.
Right.
So
Absolutely.
at least they real about who they choose to be.
Absolutely.
Right.
You fake. You a fraud.
Right.
And we got to stop applauding people for being, oh, you this way, off
I
social
was just
media.
thinking that. Right. Oh my God.
You a fake.
But what I would say about that is that this. I think that in general, like with that, what happened was I commented. I said, look, this is the deal. This is how it's broken down. It's federal law the way that they pay servers and stuff like that. That's how they pay them because they're being served. Blah 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 blah. Well, it ain't none of y'all business. That's what I was getting to. Don't say it's none of our business because you made this long post about how you're not going to tip when you go to a restaurant. This is already an issue with servers.
Well, stay at home.
I always say, if you don't have enough money to tip, you shouldn't be going out to eat. You shouldn't be going out to eat. That's period. That's across the board. Black, white,
tips, condoms,
condoms. If you go into a family gathering, they cooking like quality weed.
And haircuts that match. I hate when some of y'all got the oval over here and the square.
Dear white people.
Oh, go ahead.
Dear white people, you don't get to tell us how we feel about anything.
And you don't get to say nigga. Not in my presence. You don't.
And what's gonna happen if somebody say nigga in your presence?
Try me. Try me. Try.
Dear white people, come
James
on.
from the Melanin Project.
Dear white people, you don't get to borrow something that we made culturally and change the name of it. It is not a hair tattoo. It is a design cut in the back of your head. You know what I'm saying?
Have you really seen that hair tattoo before?
Yeah, look at hashtag hair tattoo.
I can't. And speaking of hair, what's the worst thing that is said in your chair? Hair-wise, like you just.
What's his name?
The worst thing that is said in my chair
is like somebody sit down and you just.
I ain't got enough time in the schedule for you.
I don't know. I actually ain't had nothing bad. I have not had
What?
any bad
How long you been in business?
5 years.
And you ain't had nothing bad.
Somebody like, baby, you gonna have to come back because we can't do this today. Like this.
No.
What's the longest you've ever had to leave a perm on somebody's head? Look,
I don't relax people's hair.
Okay.
What?
He's stopping.
Okay.
Go ahead.
You don't relax people's hair.
No. I don't do relaxers, no chemicals on nobody's hair.
Talk about it.
Shut
No
up.
relaxers, no color,
All
no nothing.
natural.
All natural. Yep.
So are you for the people? Are you licensed?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm actually a barber.
Are you serious?
Oh,
hold on.
Where'd you go to school?
Don't even do
Arkansas
that, girl.
Barber.
Hold on,
I
don't even
gotta
do
take
that,
that
girl.
back.
Did you really just ask her what she's a license?
Yeah, because a lot of people.
No, a lot of people want to know.
She
in a shop, baby.
Then she doing classes?
No, and
First of all, if you in a shop and you not licensed,
That's a problem.
The board.
Okay, yeah, the board comes through.
You better have your documentation.
Well, I know that, but
she do classes. She's a
I understand that, but you can do non-chemical things to people's hair without a license.
Yep.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, sir.
Like what?
Like
braids,
like your braid
basic
girl
style,
or your wash
like
shampoo
that.
girl.
A lot of Africans don't have.
Well, guess what? She do special style, so that don't apply to her.
Guess what? She do everything.
Yeah.
Right.
Check the receipts. Shout out to the bank.
Okay.
Let's
start this right now. Were you offended by me asking you that question?
No.
Okay, then move on.
Well, we was offended. Who gives a fuck?
If you just wanted Mary to shut the hell up right there, y'all just come in right there.
Put a light.
Okay, great. Let me give you something. A good old fashioned forget you.
Anyways, what do you have going on? What's going on in your world?
Yes.
Everything wonderful. Now I'm just
Butterfly.
business is going good. I'm on a tour, so I was just in Chicago a week and a half ago. I'm gonna go to LA at the end of this week to do hair, and I'm actually moving to Dallas to open up another salon.
Turn up.
So I plan on opening up salons and schools in Arkansas. One salon and one school in Arkansas, one salon, one school in Dallas, and one salon and one school in LA, and I'm gonna be done.
What?
Yeah, that's money.
So I got a question. What makes you want to stay in Arkansas? And I think that's a good place to close it on that. What makes you want to keep your business Arkansas based?
I mean, this is where I was born and raised.
It's
this
home.
is my city. This is home. So I have to keep, where I rooted from.
And this is where you've been the last 5 years, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So lady showed
Keep
her
giving them
love.
quality service. But even though she ain't here, they still need to be getting their wigs.
Yeah.
And I got a question. What side of Little Rock you from?
What you mean, like?
Where you from in Little Rock? We just want to know.
Like where you grew
I'm
up
from
in.
North Little Rock.
People call it the West Side, but it's over there off 12th Street over there.
I do got a coworker. She said she live on the good side of 12th Street.
And what?
Is there
Go ahead
a
and
good
say
side?
it. Go ahead and say it.
Is there a good side?
Thank you.
Is there a good
Is there a good side
side?
to 12th Street?
I don't know.
What high school you go to?
Hi.
Oh, shout out to Brittany McNeil, Sam, Bianca. Okay.
What class?
06.
Oh,
All right.
I'm almost an old head.
Well, you look good, so you don't look like you old head.
Right. We're going to have to keep up with your future endeavors. You out here making money, making moves.
Yep.
Y'all booking now. Look at this here, y'all. Come on now.
This wig is actually this wig is like a year old, so I just throw it
it's
around.
still
See, if some of y'all will purchase quality hair, it'll last your whole.
And I got another question too. Is that mink or is it what you call it?
I don't use mink hair. This is
Okay, can
Brazilian.
you get that much hair from a mink? Truly, I just want to know because a mink.
I don't like mink because mink technically means animal fur, and animal fur is not nothing I want blended in my weaves.
Oh, okay.
No, that's
Yeah.
right.
Okay.
And there you have it.
Yeah.
Nothing there you have it.
All right, guys, and that has been a very, very interesting episode of the Melanin
Not
Pod.
that.
We're so happy to be back in black and beautiful in it. Be sure to tune in next time. Be sure to follow us on all of our social media. It should be like right up in there somewhere, okay? And thank you so much for visiting us, Miss Tonya.
Yes, ma'am.
And
It was
until
my
the next
pleasure.
time, thanks for tuning into the Melanin Pod.
Y'all get a scoop.
Bye, y'all.
Bye.
And that's a wrap.
That's right. That was fast. I guess because I came late.